Yo, what's good up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics here with Mr. Madison. We're in Las Vegas at the World Summit. We got together just for a couple of minutes to bring you a really, really important topic. Really simple, really basic, how to kiss a girl. Because Madison and I, you know, we've been out once, and I once kissed a girl. She was drunk. And that's what we're going to teach you now, because I'm really experienced in this, because once I've kissed a girl.
It was my mom.
Your mom? Yeah. That's exactly what we're talking about here. No, and in all honesty, look, both Madison and I, we've been traveling the world for fucking years now. Teaching the shit to men all over the world, thousands of people in person, tens of thousands online. And still many people don't have the basics down of physical escalation leading up to the kiss, of then physically escalating more to sex, getting in relationships, etc. So we said, we're gonna go bottom down really to the most basic concept, how to kiss a girl. Now, the first point I want to talk about here when it comes to kissing a girl is see the signs. I feel like so many guys, they're just like, time for the kiss, and then they just kind of go for it.
It's called mouth rape.
It's called mouth rape, yeah. You don't want to do that. You want to see the signs. You want to calibrate in a proper manner. You want to see. What I always do is with physical escalation is I start very innocently and I stack it up. So when the girl is down to hold my hand for 5 seconds, that's a good sign, right? Now I'm maybe side hugging her. She side hugs me back, that's another good sign. So I can stack these up and maybe then I go for the kiss. What I like on a side note is go for the neck kiss first and then for the kiss. Don't just be the guy who has a nice little conversation about the weather and then it's like, time for the kiss, time to make it sexual. No, you want to build it up. And that will also help you fine-tune that calibration. Because you're like, I think it's down, I'm gonna hold her hand and she's like freaking out, well then she's probably not gonna be able to kiss you. I'm saying.
She can't hold your hand, how's she gonna hold your dick, son?
Yeah,
it's impossible. So it's impossible. I call that hot and cold, by the way. So it's a way of feeling out sensitivity, right? Like Max is saying, you touch the girl, if you feel her shoulders tense up and go tight, it means she could be cold. What about sometimes when you touch her and she leans back away? It means she could be cold. What if you touch her and then her head turns in? It means it's warm. If you touch her and she goes out, but the head goes in, it means she could be curious. So you can play either way to see what is the most receptive. You're always thinking to yourself, is it hot or is it cold? Is it hot or is it cold? Sometimes it's neutral.
No. Is it in and is it out? Is it up, is it down?
Is it yes or no? Are we married or are we breaking up? Which one is it? What happened? I look at you, I touch your shoulder, are we married or what? Well, how we go? What's his next? What's happened? What's happened? I don't know. Are we married or not? Are you hot? Are you cold? So feel that out. See if she's hot, she's cold, and that'll also tell you how receptive she is. If she's, again, leading into it, she's warm, she's liking it, go for it. Now, the next thing I would mention as a point about how to kiss a girl is don't be too funny. Don't be like corny funny or like silly funny or goofy funny. I know what you're thinking. Humor is the ultimate bonding tool, and it is for a lot of people. You know, we stand here as instructors and we joke around, but that doesn't mean I'm going to kiss Max. I know that would get a lot of clicks. That would be the best infield footage of your life, but we're not going to do that. Why? Because I've only kissed one person in my life, and I'm very scared to go on and continue that.
And that's your mom.
That's my mom. How do you think I got here? My mom puts out. But if I were to ever kiss another person again, I wouldn't just make jokes before I do it, because it kills sexual tension. You might read a lot of articles, like mainstream articles, like, you know, you gotta be funny, and like that's true to an extent, but too much humor kills sexual tension. Why? You're asking. The reason is because if you make too many jokes, silly, goofy jokes, what happens is the girl looks at you and says, he could be making these jokes as a way to fill the space, to fill time, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna do next. What am I gonna do? I don't know, make a joke. And it fills the gap, but in the wrong way. The correct way is to build sexual tension. That means looking at her. That means looking at her like this, and looking at her eyes, looking at her lips, looking at her eyes, smiling, taking a deep breath, letting it percolate a little bit, putting a little smile on your face, leaning away, going back in, and rotating through that to build the sexual tension. Embrace the awkwardness of the tension. Surrender to the awkwardness. Do not resist it. And that's going to help to rise up emotions. And then how do you do that? How do you get the kiss? You finally capitalize on that emotion that you've built up so far.
Yeah. A word of caution here. I love what you said. Many guys, they kind of misunderstand what you just said and think like they got to be this absolute James Bond. You know, sup girl. You know, like, okay, like, it should still be lighthearted to a degree. I mean, James Bond would never say, sup girl, sup girl. He would never say that, actually, but yeah, you get the gist. Like, it should still be lighthearted. You should still have a good time, and you should still be able to joke around with the girl, but you shouldn't have the laughing and the joking as some sort of, as you said it, as some sort of like helping, like just to fill the voids in between. It's totally cool to have uncomfortable silence and use it actually to build up sexual tension. And the next point that I want to bring here is this is a little more advanced, but you know, we're RSD people here. Some people do want to also know how to bridge from the basics to the advanced. Do you kiss before you pull, yes or no? Now, I always say like this. Look, if you're a guy that's a little newer to the game and you're having trouble understanding the difference between is the girl just nice or is she actually sexually interested in me? Because what many times happens is the girl is just super nice and you're like baby stepping her home, and in her head she's just like, oh, this chode is bringing me home, free cab ride, you know? And then the guy's like ready to pull and fuck, and the girl's just like, nice to meet you, thanks for the free ride, you know? So if you're a guy who has trouble understanding the difference between she's just nice and okay, she's sexually interested, then definitely do go for the sexual escalation at the date, at the nightclub, or wherever you are. Do see, okay, is she ready to be kissed, yes or no? And if the girl is completely, why are you kissing me? I'm preposterous, we're friends. Then you clearly, now you've learned that whatever happened before was just a friendly interaction. If the girl's all down to kiss you, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what it looks like when the girl is sexually interested in me. So the whole interaction, now I can pinpoint it, this was a sexual man-to-woman interaction. So is that you? Kiss before, just to learn what it looks like when you're having a sexual interaction, and then go for the pull. Go take the girl home. If you're the kind of guy who says, oh, I could definitely tell she's down, like she's into me, she looks at my lips, I see a lot of IOIs going down, that this is definitely a man-to-woman sexual interaction here, then I would actually suggest to not kiss before you pull. Because it keeps the sexual tension up. You can phantom escalate, you can act like you're about to kiss, and then, you're too old, you're too young, you're too tall, whatever the fuck it is, make something up. You can kiss her neck and make her horny and crave that kiss, but you actually don't give it to her yet. You take her home first. Now, when you're going home with her, she's gonna wonder, why is he not kissing me? Am I not good enough? What's gonna happen? There's this tension, this like positive tension going on where she's like, what's gonna happen next? I'm curious. How much does he like me? And then once you're at home, as Julian used to say, the sex location.
The sex location.
That's where you can then kiss, and then you can escalate all the way through. And then she's gonna be happy, oh, finally the kiss. I've been waiting for it all evening, and now you can go. So again, so kissing before, or before the pull, yes or no, depends on where you are in your game.
Awesome. And then the last little tip, or I'll say here to the guys, is you're probably thinking to yourself, that's amazing, Max. That's amazing, Madison. That's how I get the kiss. But, dun dun dun, what happens if I don't get the kiss? How do I deal with it? How do I handle that fear? Listen. There's something that's called emotional intelligence, right? And that just means that when you proceed with a woman, you make a move on her, you try to flirt with her, and she doesn't accept it, you go for the kiss, and she kind of pulls back, she's like, not yet, and you kind of remain calm, and you're patient about it, you go, it's fine, don't worry, I'm not gonna take it personal, I know you're just not ready. It shows emotional intelligence, it shows some empathy. Key word here, major word, write that down. Show some empathy that she can trust you. You're not gonna like mouth rape her, as you said before. If you guys were alone in private, you try to like move things along and she's like, I'm not ready, please slow down. You can understand that, you can respect that, you can pull back a little bit and give it some time, chat some more, and then maybe make a move later on in the night.
And that actually gives you passive attraction because she's like, wow, he understands it. He's not a creep who doesn't see the fucking signs that I'm not ready. He understands it. He doesn't need it. He's cool with himself, with or without the kiss. And then usually, fun enough, the kiss actually ends up happening a little later on because that's where the girl's like, okay, holy shit, he doesn't give a shit.
I would say some of my best even times I went home with a girl from a club or from daytime or whatever, that happened, that back and forth happened like 3 to 4 times. And then because that happened, when we actually got alone together in a private place, it was like, boom, instantly on because she felt that trust and connection. She's like, okay, he sees me as a real person. He understands me. He can relate to me. You know, it's not about just getting the kiss or getting the kiss close or getting the date or getting the lay. It's about sharing experience. What did you share with her? Is it getting the kiss or is it sharing a kiss? Sharing connection and sharing touch and sharing that. And all that together is like the overall idea and strategy you want to have when you're trying to get that kiss, which I know you fucking will because we gave you badass tips and we gave you lots of counseling and ideas and now you're ready in your arm. You got this, man.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, that's why I love your game because it's so mature. It's so like, dude, sharing an experience. It's such a interconnected kind of shit that you're teaching, because I feel like in the pickup scene in general is a little poisoned nowadays with like, you're the man, you go get her, you know, you get something from her, or even you take something from her. But this the kind of shit that we're standing for in RSD, and specifically I think your brand is more like, hey, this is an experience, you and me, girl. Like, leave the girl better as you found her. All these things, man, you gotta keep mentioning those. They're so fucking important, and that's why I wanted to bring you on board here. And so now you know the basics of how to kiss a girl, right? Understand the signs, see what to do when it doesn't work, pull kissing before, to pull yes or no. You understand the basics now. Now it's time for you to go out and take action. Now, one of the best ways to take action is actually get a person that has been there en masse with you in person to teach you that, right? And this is what you're teaching with your life game boot camps, right? And we're here in Vegas. I've witnessed that shit over several nights here, where you're like standing behind the fucking guy, you're giving him signs on what to do with the girl, you're whispering into his fucking ears what he has to say. So if you want a hands-on experience with an instructor in your city or in any other city where you want to do that, and check out Madison's schedule.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So I got this new thing coming out. We've taken that boot camp, we've turned it into an immersion. So I'm actually coming to your city now for an extended period of time, about a week or so, and you could work with me face to face. A lot of guys say, you know, you've heard this a lot too. Yeah, that's the girls in your city, but the girls in Tel Aviv, in my city, it's different. In Tel Aviv, Israel, you couldn't do that. In Dubai, they would cut off your hand, good sir. In my city, in South America, it's different. No, but in Scandinavia, there's jentelaven, and you can't act like that. But I've heard it all. So what I do is I come to your city, and I show you that that's a bullshit. That's possible, because I'm an English-speaking black guy, and I don't fit in your culture. If I can do it in your city, you can definitely do it in your city. So I take you out for a week. Bars, lounges, nightclubs, daytime, whole week, daytime. We work on your online game, work on your social media, your Tinder. We go through your messaging. We set up group dates. We have fun activities. We get you to explore and enjoy your city. We get to find out the cool restaurants that are there and go and enjoy those things that you've never done before. And even festivals. You got a badass festival going on in your city. We get to go to that festival and pimp it out there. So, yeah, that's what's going to be happening.
What's the URL?
The URL, undecided.
Okay. We'll pop it in the description and in the cards, because until the video comes out, we have that fucking URL. So click it now where it pops up. Calendar fills extremely fucking fast. You're one of the most popular life instructors right now, so don't miss it, my friends.
Thank you very much for having me on your channel, dude. I appreciate it.
That was fun. GG.